Welcome to the court. This is Acker at Basketball.
Hello, welcome to a special episode of the Acker Basketball podcast. We are here today with a new member of the Minnesota Crookston Golden Eagles men's basketball team. He's also a former UCA Bear, just played there this last year. Also has a multitude of basketball experiences outside of that. Mr. JD Roberts. JD, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me. It's been a little bit of a challenge to meet up with you guys, but I'm glad we did it. So
yes, we finally made it work out. Third time's the charm, as the title of this Zoom meeting is, but we got it underway. So let's get started with a little bit of your pre-college experience. Can you just give us a little bit more of a timeline for people that don't know much about you, and kind of share how that helped shape you into the basketball player you are now?
Yeah, I mean, I started playing basketball, really since I can remember. Like, I don't remember a time before I was playing basketball. And I also was, like I was telling you guys, was a swimmer all up and through high school. So I kind of had to choose what I wanted to do, and it ended up, I love basketball a lot more. And so I was coached by my dad and through to high school. And when high school came, we kind of thought it was time to find a circuit team, and so I could get myself out there a little bit more. I mean, it's a lot easier when you're playing for that. So I ended up getting a spot with LJ and KC Run GMC, and had to earn my way. Was on a good team with a lot of NBA players now, with like Grady Dick and all of them, and Mark Mitchell, and they're playing and pretty successful. But I had to earn my way, so it took actually a couple of years. By the 17th year, I found myself in the rotation and decided to play there an extra year because I was going to go prep to Link. So I got an extra 17U there with them. And so, that was a real blessing that LJ was able to give me that year too. And then I went to Link and had a good year there and found myself up at UCA. And that's kind of where I spent 2 years there, and now I'm transferring to Crookston this coming fall. So.
Nice. And I know Link's pretty prominent for getting a lot of big names out there as well.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, they especially once they started their high school program. I mean, they have 5 stars in and out of there like every year. Like the year I was there, I think Jacoby Walter, Elliot Cadeau were some of the bigger names that team had. And one of my Run GMC teammates, Cameron Carr, was also there. So I got to spend some time with him, and he's now at Baylor, I believe.
Started at Michigan State, didn't he? Right?
I don't know if he started at Tennessee.
Or Tennessee, that's where he started.
Yeah. Cohen Carr, if you're thinking of it.
Cohen, that's what I'm thinking of.
Cohen Carr. Cameron, he started at Tennessee with, but yeah, I mean, my team, was really good. We had a lot of talent. We didn't end up winning the championship at the end, but I think we had 11 players, and all of them were D1 basketball players at the time. After, so yeah, it was a good team.
Nice, yourself included.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dad. Take it away.
So how would you describe yourself as a player, and kind of maybe through your career, how that may have evolved over time?
Yeah, I started playing for my dad. Coach's kid. You get more opportunities sometimes than maybe other kids wouldn't have. I'll be the first one to admit that. So, I was playing point guard. I wasn't as tall back then. I'm 6'7", 6'8" now. But, I was a good-sized point guard up and through high school, and kind of hit my growth spurt freshman year, and was moved more to the wing, and kind of was a ball handler on the wing in high school that could really shoot it. And then at UCA, especially this past year with Coach Schulman, we were kind of short on bigs, and I kind of moved down and played the post for them to give them an extra big spot. So I was playing the 5. So I've kind of had a lot of experience all over the court. And the way I would describe myself is pretty versatile, and that's kind of what Minnesota Crookston, I think, recruited me for, as I can play really whatever they need me to. And I feel most comfortable probably now, like at the 3 spot on the wing, and I'll have like a size advantage out there too. So
absolutely right, exactly. You got a go-to move?
I've always, since like day one, was a little spin move back, especially when you get to that like paint area, spin back left, and then I'm floater up. Like that's my go-to, I think. And that my dad taught me that, and it was my go-to back in the day for sure.
Awesome.
But yeah.
So in that time where you were getting in your recruitment period, there's talk about you being a competitor, achiever. We saw that in what we looked up and saw about you in your scouting profiles. How much did that help you get in the door at UCA?
Yeah, I mean, me ending up at UCA was a multitude of reasons. I mean, they of course think they like me being that competitor I am. I mean, I the one thing I love winning, but I hate losing even more. Like that's how I would describe it. Like, and like no matter what I'm doing, not just basketball, like anything I'm doing, I'm not losing. Like, at UCA, what was,
Oh, well, just how did that help you get in the door there at UCA? Like, how did that help you really break?
Oh yeah, my link coach actually went to UCA. He was a player there back in 2015, I believe, and so that kind of helped me get there, and that was the biggest step forward to me choosing that because I was really close with him back at link. Yeah.
So, and I mean, you said it. You continue to live out being a competitor, regardless if it's basketball. Can you give me like a small example of something that's like so minuscule and you really don't have to compete over it all, but you do anyways?
Biggest thing, I mean, just this summer, I'm back with my family and just my brother, and we'll go out to golf. And I always tell him like, there's never been one time where he's beat me at golf yet. Like when we go play together, and I think he might be a better player than I am, like a well-rounded golf player than me. But whenever we go out there and play, I'm not going to lose.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's.
I've got a little brother as well, so I know how that competitive.
Yeah.
You don't want to let them take control over.
Yeah, the biggest thing is just bragging rights. Once you lose those, I mean.
Exactly. And they don't, because they're so used to never having those bragging rights. They let you.
Yeah. Once you give it to them, you never know what'll happen. So yeah.
Exactly.
I was a younger brother, so I had to know it from the other side, and my
Gotcha.
brother,
Right then?
my brother will tell me that. Yeah, once I got, it was game over.
That's funny.
So let's go back to your time at UCA. Can you tell us, and especially being a coach's son, where you have a lot of, I'm sure the dinner table is full of basketball conversations all day long, but what's something you grabbed from a basketball perspective with your time at UCA that maybe you didn't realize or you grew in more as a basketball player?
I think it would just go back to my high school days. Like I don't think in high school like I spent much time focusing on what the other team would do, or like in high school, like I would just focus about myself. And I think more in college, the preparation that goes into each and every game is a lot more than like even I was expecting. Like each game is film, like multiple film sessions over what they're doing and what the other what we're doing against what they're doing. Like so I think that's the biggest thing, is just the preparation and time it takes, on top of just like working on your skills and working on the plays you put in. Like it's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes.
It makes sense too with obviously the statistics and even film.
Yeah.
You can see it's available for the common, from the public perspective alone, for you guys behind on the court. In-game action. Maybe describe a little bit about the game action and adjustments too that you saw at that college level versus high school level.
Yeah, you're right. The analytics with it, like the analytical thing, like I mean, that's like the biggest part now. Like what you should be doing. This guy doesn't shoot the three well, we're gonna back off him. And I mean, the way they track that is not the way they did back in the game. And now it's specific hotspots they have and all that kind of stuff. And so it's really cool to like be able to study that.
Yeah. Do you expect to see more of that kind of style, like the more college style that you saw at UCA compared to your high school style, where it was more preparation on yourself at Crookston here? Do you expect it?
Yeah, we've already talked about that, maybe to even bigger extent, especially because I'll have probably more of a prominent role down there than I did at UCA. And like, so I'll be going into individual like meetings with them about that kind of stuff. So yeah.
That's cool. That's going to be a fun role to move to. And kind of how that leads into our next question. How did you come to the decision to end up going to Minnesota Crookston?
it was a long process. I wanted to make sure that it was the right spot for me, and so I took a few visits before I made the decision. And that was actually the first visit that I went on. And on the visit, I kind of knew like it felt right. And I mean, I really liked the staff there, and that's was the biggest thing for me, and what kind of role I'd have. And I kind of knew, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure it was the right decision. So I took a visit to VMI and to Central Missouri before choosing Crookston. And I like I said, I kind of knew it was the right spot. I just wanted to make sure and kind of see what else was out there, and I think it's going to be the right one. So I'm excited. Yeah,
we're excited for you, man. So
yeah, exactly. So we read in your bio from UCA that you were applied data analytics was your major. Is that still your major? You continuing down that path?
I mean, very similar. They don't offer that specific data analytics degree, but very similar is software engineering. So that's what I'll be doing up there. And that's kind of something that I want to do in the future, maybe for like an NBA. I would love to be like a data analyst for like an NBA team and like help them, like what we were just talking about, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of
very similar minded. Curtis and I are very similar minded in that regard about reading data and understanding underneath data. When I coached, that was part of the element I brought as well, was not just watching, what your eye tells you, but getting the data behind it to support what your eye might be seeing.
Yeah. And that's kind of how my dad coached me. And that's kind of, I think, my brain and like why I like that so much is kind of like,
That's kind of how Acker Basketball got started too. Like I started off by just making a spreadsheet about everyone in D1
really
basketball. Yeah, and then it kind of grew and elevated into this here.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So it's cool.
That'd be a dream of mine one time. Yeah.
I hope you get there. Definitely keep us updated on
it. Yeah, for sure.
But we got to worry about your, finishing off your career first.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, you're gonna have to go up to. I don't know if you're aware. There's snow up in Minnesota. Yeah. And I don't know if you have much experience with it at all. Like, are you prepared for the Minnesota winter?
I mean, I live in Kansas City. That's where I'm from. So I think I get I mean, it's definitely not nowhere as cold.
Right, exactly.
But I think, I get a good like mix of this hot summer and the cold winter when I'm here. I haven't been here the last few winters because I've been in Arkansas. Right. But I mean, my family has been joking with me that we're going to trade in my car for a snowmobile and up there, and I'm going to be in that like fur coat, like all bundled. I mean, I'm definitely not ready, but I'm prepared for it. I've got all my winter gear and they're ready to go up there. And I think that thankfully basketball is the indoor sport up there. I'm not going to play baseball or whatever else is outside up there.
Right, exactly. You get a nice dome over your head. I will give you a pointer from being a Northeast kid, having to go to school in the Northeast. Get something to put over your face, like one of those thin claws that you can throw over your face.
Oh yeah,
it'll be real nice for when you're walking across campus or something like that.
I think on my visit, most of the buildings up there are connected. They have like hallways like that connect them all. So like that would be really clutch when I go up there and go in between classes and don't really have to walk outside.
Absolutely, that's nice. That's big. My school did not have that.
That's funny. So, care to offer us a prediction, maybe on how the Crookston season's going to go? Maybe not a record, but what do you see for the season coming up?
I wouldn't have decided to go. I told you guys I want to win, and I wouldn't have gone up there if I didn't believe they weren't putting together a roster that could do that. And I think we can compete for a conference title this year. And I mean, they've been injury plagued the last 2 years, and they're kind of a newer staff that have been trying to turn this thing around. They had some good players last year. They just didn't get to see the floor because one guy tore his ACL and there was a few others that were out for the year. So I think that we'll be able to compete for conference title and maybe more. So
awesome.
I'm excited. Yeah.
We'll be rooting for you to do that. And then lastly, because we're a father-son podcast, you've mentioned a couple times now about learning from your dad and everything like that. Just having him as a basketball coach since 8th grade, it caused others to kind of look at you as a leader. In what ways has that also impacted your development as a basketball player or just a person?
I think having him as a coach and just right there has just given me a level of confidence that I might have not had that if he wasn't there. Like if people are looking to me, they're automatically looking to me. So like that might my confidence makes me think that'll transfer over to other people that even when my dad isn't their coach.
Right.
So yeah, so just the confidence, and then it gives you also a level of confidence on the court as well to do what you think you can do and use your talent the best of your ability. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, JD, we want to thank you for taking a little bit of time out of a few different days now, but we finally got it to work out. And just really looking forward to what you do at Minnesota Crookston this season. If you want to check them out, we'll leave a link to their website down in our bio. And until next time, take care.